Ben ritrovati ragazzi sul canale di Ghelloz, nuovo episodio della nostra partita in Raven Remastered. Siamo nei panni di Alex, o meglio adesso Patricia, che è la tonta, mentre Alex è lei davvero, e stiamo cercando di risolvere un mistero. Quindi vediamo di parlare un po' con l'egittologo, che secondo me ha gli indizi necessari per rilevare almeno uno degli animali. Vediamo, perché dobbiamo capire.
Lucien could certainly tell me everything there is to know about Nefertiti, but he might also realize that I was in his museum in London. I'd better not talk to him.
Effettivamente anche questo è vero, quindi vediamo di tenerlo come ultima possibilità, magari possiamo trovare gli altri tre. Comunque Nefertiti non so che riferimento ci sia, e comunque il gioco vuole che li cerchiamo prima di andare a utilizzarli. Quindi vediamo se qui nel bar...
It seems like Dr. Gebhardt was able to wrestle himself away from his work, but he still doesn't seem to be very relaxed. Quite the opposite. And why won't he go to the saloon?
Ma rompiamogli le balle ancora un po'.
Dr. Gebhardt, getting some
Lo
fresh air?
sapevo, avrebbe iniziato così.
You could say that.
Does Guernica mean anything to you?
Now listen, young lady, I do not know what they told you, but just because I am German, I am not responsible for the crimes of my government.
Crimes? What are you talking about?
We obeyed orders, just like everybody else. Now leave me alone.
Ho obbedito agli ordini come... Cosa cacchio vuol dire?
Do you know the Egyptian queen Nefertiti?
Yes. There is a famous bust of her.
Really? Tell me more.
No, I am sorry. I do not have time for that.
Ma...
Do you know what the monogram AD stands for?
What?
A capital A with a small d below it.
Yes, I do. Will you leave me alone if I tell you what it means?
You know.
It is not just any monogram. It is the first. Albrecht Dürer, a German artist, signed all his works with it. He was the first artist to sign all of his work with a monogram. It was not common to do so before then.
Are you sure?
His wooden engravings were, and still are, printed billions of times in Germany.
Billions of times? You're exaggerating.
Not at all. His work appears on German marks.
And what?
That's enough. I told you what you wanted to know. Please, leave me alone now.
Dr. Gebhardt?
Yes?
Buonarroti.
No idea. Don't know him.
But...
Try your luck somewhere else and leave me alone, please. Thank you.
I ought to be going.
Thank God.
Sì, rompiamogli le balle.
Strange guy. I wonder what, or who, he's watching in the saloon. He seems like he's waiting for something, and he's growing more nervous by the minute.
Noi lo sappiamo, guardiamo la porta.
I'll have to use my private entrance via the ventilation shaft. If someone spots me going into the Baroness's cabin, I'd have rather a lot to...
Comunque cacchio è proprio la serata sbagliata. Non possiamo andare di lì, quindi niente a deal, dobbiamo andare da soli. E qua stanno bevendo. Eccola lì che beve.
Lady Westmacott?
Yes.
Are you interested in art?
Not really. I'm more interested in real life, in people.
So, you don't know Albrecht Dürer?
Just because I'm not interested in art doesn't mean that I'm ignorant.
What can you tell me about him?
Books, my dear, books. In them, you'll find the answers to all your questions, even the most foolish ones.
I bet you don't know anything about him, and you just want to cover it up.
Ah, you want to appeal to my honor. Too obvious, I'm afraid.
Comunque ci tratta davvero come una gallina stupida.
I hear you're well versed in Egyptian history, Lady Westmacott. Can you tell me anything about Nefertiti?
A queen. The main wife of Akhenaten.
Did she have a favorite animal?
What a strange question.
I, just heard that they really adore cats in ancient Egypt.
Well, that's true, but I don't know whether Nefertiti had any special affinity for animals.
Does Guernica mean anything to you?
Why are you asking me all these strange questions?
I'm curious. How shall I learn if I don't ask?
Pick up a book.
I saw a sign in Venice. It said Buonarroti. Do you know what it means?
I'm sorry, I don't speak Italian.
May I take my leave?
You may.
Ma buttala giù dalla nave. Allora, parliamo col capitano che di sicuro...
Profusely. Burst capillaries and a sweet odor. I hope the crew doesn't take the captain for a role model, and that they stay sober for the...
Sì, ma a noi serve... Ok. Almeno quello italiano si dovrà dire.
Hello, Captain DeConti.
Miss Meyers, how nice to see you. You look beautiful. We missed you at dinner.
I was in my cabin. I didn't feel very well.
Oh, I hope you're feeling better.
Wow. Allora...
Is it true that you're a war hero?
Mm-hmm. In 2 world wars. That tells you how old I must be.
You're as old as you feel.
Oh God, I hope not.
Aren't you feeling well?
You shouldn't burden your pretty little head with the dark thoughts of an old man, my dear.
If you don't feel well, maybe you should take it easy.
I'm afraid if I take it easy, it'll kill me.
You seem to be a pessimist.
Fatty liver, asthma, gallstones, jaundice, gout, shingles, hemorrhoids, varicose veins, circulatory trouble, knee problems, pulmonary embolism, gastritis, migraine, neuralgia, tinnitus, rheumatism, pleurisy, thrombosis, and constipation. Those are what's been diagnosed so far. My body's a ghost.
Oh, I didn't mean to... I'm sorry.
Forgive an old man. I didn't mean to shock you.
Mamma mia! C'è tutto!
You're still the captain of this beautiful ship.
They couldn't just get rid of me, so they stuck me somewhere where I can't make trouble anymore.
Don't say that.
This ship runs fine without me. The crew knows what to do. They don't need me. They don't want me.
Captain!
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm burdening you with all of this. Forgive me, eh? I'd like to rest for a while. Soon enough it'll be time to head back to the coalface.
Captain DeConti?
Yes?
Lovely concert, wasn't it?
You only heard the end. It was really wonderful.
All the more curious that Lady Westmacott embarrassed Mr. Kreutzer like that, don't you think?
I have no idea what got into her. They say she's a difficult person, but maybe it's the privilege of famous people to be a bit strange from time to time. When I was still a young sailor, Enrico Caruso was a passenger on our ship, and he...
I think she's fascinating. She's achieved so much, and all by herself.
Lady Westmacott? Oh yes, that's true. The most successful writer in the world.
Do you know any more about her?
Everything. I'm her biggest fan. What do you want to know?
Ci dobbiamo scoprire tutto su Agatha Christie.
Who were her parents?
Her father was a wealthy British salesman. Her mother died in childbirth. She had an outstanding education, but was a lonely child, they say. Her father was away on business most of the time.
I know how she feels. For many years, my father's career was also more important than me.
Don't say that, my child. Your father paid for the life you now live.
Did Lady Westmacott's father marry again?
Yes, a woman 15 years his junior. She didn't really care for the child. She was something of a high society lady. She made the headlines with her antics more often than the family would have liked.
And her novels. How did she come to be a writer?
In interviews, she always mentions her French tutor, who encouraged her to write when she was a child. After some poems and short stories, she began to write detective novels with great success. The rest is history. The experts are arguing whether she or Shakespeare has sold more books.
Although she doesn't receive the same deference.
That's true. But her books are much more innovative and extraordinary than people generally give her credit for.
And what does an elderly lady like her want in Egypt?
I couldn't really say. She was there many times with her husband, an archaeologist. He died a long time ago.
I heard something about a reception at the Egyptian Museum?
Yes, for the eyes of the Sphinx. Or rather, for the eye. But I don't think she'd go to Cairo just for that. She usually stays away from official events. Didn't participate in the literary scene either. Always stayed as far away as possible from high society. Probably because of her stepmother.
Buonarroti. That sounds Italian, doesn't it?
Ha! You can say that again. Buonarroti is the name of the greatest artist of all time. Michelangelo Buonarroti, who most people only know by his first name. Just imagine, one man, an Italian, achieves perfection in all three movements of graphic arts. His David is the most famous statue in the world. As an architect, he was a genius. He built parts of St. Peter's Basilica.
And as a painter, Michelangelo painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
The creation of Adam. The spark of life leaps from God to Adam. One of the most famous paintings in the world.
Yes, it is. The Sistine Chapel, Apostolic Palace, Vatican City. I don't know any animals associated with them.
Animals?
Oh, it's a game I used to play. My father posed me a riddle, and I have to guess an animal.
And Buonarroti's Adam was the hint? Maybe he meant Rome. According to legend, the founders of the city, Romulus and Remus, were raised by a she-wolf.
No, that's too vague. Does Vatican City have an animal on its coat of arms?
No.
And the Pope?
Every pope has his own emblem, but the new one doesn't have an animal.
You don't seem to like the new Pope.
It's too early to say. But who's fit to hold a candle to John the 23rd? Il Papa Buono, as we used to call him. The good Pope.
He just died recently. What was his heraldic animal?
He was a lion, and so was his heraldic animal.
For a Catholic, Buonarroti's Adam could be a mnemonic for the lion. Pope John XXIII was elected in the Sistine Chapel like every other pope. A work of art hints at a coat of arms with a lion on it. Maybe. I'll make a note of lion.
Un leone, vediamo se sa altro, capitano.
Yes?
Guernica, does that mean anything to you?
Not a harbor that I've ever docked at.
Ah, that's too bad. Do you know Nefertiti?
Is she a Greek queen?
No, she... Oh, never mind. Do you know Albrecht Dürer?
Yes, an artist. Not bad. But he has his weaknesses as well.
For example?
For one, he wasn't Italian.
That's a pity.
You can say
Super
that
Mario
again.
colpisce ancora.
At least he lived in Italy for a while.
What else can you tell me about him?
I once overheard an argument on board between a German and a Spaniard about who elevated the woodcut to an art form, Albrecht Dürer or Alberto Durero. Eventually, they realized they were talking about the same man. Ha!
Albrecht Dürer is called Alberto Durero in Spain?
That's right. Don't ask me why.
I'm gonna go have a look around.
All right.
E abbiamo capito qualcosa o no? Perché qua non prende appunti ultimamente. Dov'è che si è segnata del leone? Il leone sarebbe Michelangelo.
The Baroness seems to have a reason to celebrate. She's downing one glass of champagne after another. I don't know why, but people just seem to open up to me. Is that a blessing or a curse? It must be horrible to look back bitterly at the end of one's life, especially if it could have been a great life. The less I have, although the lady is not a fan of shallow conversation, which I respect. I shouldn't talk to her unless I have something.
Bene, vediamo se becchiamo qualcos'altro. Anche perché ci mancano un bel po' di informazioni. Abbiamo scoperto che forse Michelangelo è il leone. Non è che abbiamo scoperto molto. Abbiamo parlato per mezz'ora. Potremmo provare a scendere giù. Anzi, vediamo se c'è qualcuno qui. Vabbè, questo qui ci ha già detto almeno il nome del tizio.
Dr.
Gebhardt? Yes?
I was talking to the captain. He didn't look well. Is he sick?
I am sure you will understand that I cannot discuss the medical history of one of my patients with you.
Why? Do you think I'm too stupid?
I didn't mean that. It is a matter of confidentiality.
I asked whether the captain is ill and you called him one of my patients. Haven't you already answered my question?
What do you want?
I ought to be going.
Thank God.
Non possiamo entrare da Adil perché magari sa qualcosa. Sì, possiamo entrare da Adil. Che non è in camera. Attenzione.
Adil?
In the shower.
I found the secret compartment.
Oh, brilliant. And the jewel?
I'm working on it. Adil?
Yes?
I almost got caught in the Baroness's cabin.
What happened?
I don't know. A man came in and I just had time to hide under the bed.
Maybe it was a steward who came to clean the cabin?
And turn on a tape recorder in the cupboard?
Huh. Maybe it was Inch. He wanted some music?
There was nothing on the tape. It was playing, but I didn't hear anything. Something is rotten here.
Don't bother your pretty little head about it. Swap the eye and hurry back. I've got a surprise for you.
I don't think your surprise will really surprise me. The secret compartment is secured with a combination lock.
Is there any way in?
Not without leaving evidence. I need the combination.
Huh. Are there any hints?
A memory aid consisting of several works of art. There are animals on the lock.
The works of art might hint at specific animals.
You don't say, genius. I've already got that far. About the combination.
Yes?
Does Nefertiti mean anything to you?
An Egyptian queen?
That's it?
I didn't have an affair with her, if that's what you mean. She's not my type, and she's been dead for thousands of years.
Well then, I'll take your word for it. Guernica. Sounds Spanish, doesn't it?
Yes, it's a city in the Basque region.
Does it have a heraldic animal? Or maybe the region has one?
I don't know. I've never been there. I just know it because the city was bombed by the Nazis during the Spanish Civil War.
Nazis? In the Spanish Civil War?
Well, not officially, of course. At the request of General Franco, his friends from Germany reduced a defenseless city to ashes and rubble. Picasso immortalized the bombing in his famous painting.
Really? Is it on display in Spain?
Silly. As long as Franco is in charge, he won't allow that.
Where is it?
Oh, no idea. Paris, maybe? Picasso lived there for a long time.
Maybe doesn't help me much. Alberto Durero.
What about him?
What's his most famous work?
Hard to say. He did a lot. He was a pioneer of woodcuts and printmaking.
The Baroness left his monogram as a hint, not the name of one of his artworks. So there must be a painting that everyone associates with him.
Not to my knowledge. Although he did have a favorite motif.
And that was?
Himself. He made quite a few self-portraits.
That's it. The artist is the art.
Sounds logical. His most famous self-portrait is in the Prado in Madrid. I saw it with my own eyes 2 years ago.
Does Madrid have something like a heraldic animal?
Sure, it's a bear. It's on the coat
Sì.
of arms and all over the city.
Brilliant. The bear. I just need one more animal. I'll be going. Don't waste all the hot water.
Never.
Quindi leone, che però non c'era il leone, c'era un gatto. Perché mi ricordo che ha detto gatto, cane, orso, gallo. Forse il gatto sarebbe il leone. Va bene, qua non c'è nient'altro. Esce dalla cabina. Proviamo a scendere. Lui sta lì. Possiamo andare qua.
The doctor is upstairs. He probably locked the door. Yes.
Troppe prove all'interno. Ora sul libro c'è scritto, sul giornale c'è scritto
Several journals and magazines. Ah, this looks pretty interesting. Art and Culture Today.
no, non dirmi che troviamo quale indizio.
Indeed. An article about the different works of art and how they survived the Second World War. And there's also a picture of the bust
Ma
of
non ci credo.
Nefertiti. The unique Egyptian work of art was 1913. Permission to export to Germany. Second World War. Safe at the Reich Bank. Then a bunker. And then a salt mine. Prevented from shipping the bust to the United States. Back in Berlin since 1956. Very glad, blah, blah, blah. Soon in the Egyptian Museum of Berlin and hopefully someday in a reunified Berlin on the Museum Island. Okay.
Ci sono
so
stato,
the
molto
bust of
bello.
Nefertiti is located in Berlin. And which animal is on the city's coat of arms? The Berlin bear. That's it. 3 animals are all I need. I can guess the 4th. But I could try to find the 4th symbol anyway, just to be sure.
No, aspettate. L'orso di Berlino. L'orso... Qua c'è un problema nelle traduzioni. Come può essere? L'orso di Berlino, l'orso dello scultore e il leone di Michelangelo. Abbiamo 2 orsi? Potrebbe essere orso-orso, effettivamente. Potrebbe tranquillamente essere orso-orso. Ha assolutamente senso. Quindi tutto quello che ho detto è
The
giusto.
bust of Nefertiti is in Berlin. Berlin bear. That works.
Berlin Bear Bear. Perfetto. È andata davvero bene. Cioè, sono sceso a caso, non mi aspettavo di trovare qui il libro con scritto le cose. Quindi l'unico che ci manca è il Guernica. Il Guernica. Chi possiamo chiedere del Guernica?
Practicality was definitely placed ahead of design here. I guess the Lydia regularly docks at harbours that don't have their own gangways. And rather than make the passengers climb ladders, they opted for the less beautiful alternative.
Allora, sì, se non devo parlare con lui, però non posso parlare neanche con lei. Ci manca il Guernica. Ci proviamo lo stesso?
No, I won't talk to them as long as I can avoid it.
Beh, finché può evitarlo. Comunque non sto segnando niente qui, eh. Tutto a memoria si ricorda. Ci dobbiamo per forza ricordarci a memoria. Molto bene. Facciamo il giro lungo giusto per se c'è qualcuno con cui parlare, ma non penso, e poi andiamo su.
Lady Westmacott?
Yes.
Ah,
It must be
Picasso.
exciting to meet all the world's famous and powerful people.
I stay away as far as possible from high society. Too shallow. Too boring.
But some of them must be exciting. Have you ever met Picasso?
They told him he's a genius so often that he actually started to believe it himself.
But his paintings are impressive. Guernica, for example.
Well, it certainly is big. I have to give him that.
Didn't he
È
have to
gigantesco.
flee from Spain?
Yes, from the fascists, but not just him. Many of his paintings as well. If I remember correctly, Guernica is currently on display in the Museum of Modern Art in New York. He bequeathed it to a future Spanish republic.
And until then it stays in New York?
Yes, it's been there for years now.
Have you ever been to New York?
For the love of God, what would I do there? We have the original York in England. That's quite enough for me.
So, you don't know the heraldic animal of New York?
No, probably an eagle. It's all eagles over there.
May I take my leave?
You may.
Quindi sarà il Gallo, qualcosa del genere.
Captain DeConti,
Yes?
an old seaman like you must surely have been to New York, right?
Aye, aye. My usual territory is the Mediterranean, but I've crossed the Atlantic many times. It's always a great moment when the Statue of Liberty appears on the horizon.
You wouldn't happen to know the heraldic
Deve essere
animal of
bello
New
arrivare a New
York?
York per mare, effettivamente.
No. Maybe an eagle?
Cioè,
I'm
lungo ma
gonna go have a
bello.
look around.
All right.
Alright.
I'll leave him alone.
New York, pollo, però c'è una cosa di New York qua fuori. Vediamo se c'è il simbolo, l'abbiamo visto prima. New York, c'è l'aquila.
Okay. The coat of arms of New York City is on the poster. There's the obligatory eagle. That can't be it, since there's no eagle on the lock. But look here. How cute. There are two beavers posing on the New York City emblem. Guernica equals New York equals beaver. All four symbols decoded. Gosh, I'm
Ho fatto
good.
l'achievement.
Now, I need to get back to the
Sapientone.
Baroness's cabin. The jewel is waiting for me.
Sapientone. Va bene, nel prossimo episodio allora andremo a sbloccare la serratura. Quindi per ora ci salutiamo qua, ragazzi. Abbiamo tutti gli indizi. Orso, leone, castoro. Però non c'era il castoro. Cioè hanno altri animali, quindi non era detto che fossero uno di quei quattro, effettivamente. Non ci avevo pensato. Orso, leone, castoro. Va bene, dai, ci salutiamo qua. Ci vediamo nel prossimo episodio. O prima, se volete, sotto nei commenti. Vi invito a lasciare un bel mi piace e iscrivervi al canale se non l'avete ancora fatto. GG a tutti.